Hey folks, well she was crispy in the shop this evening. It's minus 26, 27 degrees Celsius outside, so had to get a good fire going in there. Use that electric heater for a bit, and I got my propane one going. And the reason for that is I'm going to do some work out here tonight finally on the old sled, the new sled. There's a few things I want to get done. Besides cleanup, I might do some cleanup too. Disaster zone is normal, but that's just the way I work. But my plan tonight, so I'm going riding on Sunday, and I don't really need them, but I have them, so I might as well put them on, is to install my ice scratchers. There they are in the bag. That'll be pretty easy. I also want to narrow up my ski stance again. I tried it set at 41. You can see the spacers on the outside of the spindle, pushing the skis spindle in, the ski out. Originally had it on 40 and it was okay. 41, I don't know. I don't really like it that way. So I'm going to put it to 39 and see how it goes. I just find the steering a little bit heavy, but so I'm going to tip her on its side. I'll use an old tire nut to protect the body panels, and I can do ski on one side and scratch her on one side, and then tip her over and do the other side. And after I'm done that, I've got a metalworking project for it as well. Got some 2-inch aluminum angle. And you don't see it here, but I've also got some aluminum bar, and I want to build myself a fuel carrier. Now this sled gets good mileage, but can't be too careful, so I want to build, I don't want to buy one. They're like 80, 90 bucks, and I don't know, for what they are, I think I can do okay. It's just going to mount in these T-slots, put a piece of angle across this way. Let me show you here. 2 pieces across that way, both sides. Then that'll kind of help hold that in place. And then in between, to brace it, I've got some aluminum rod that'll do. So that's the plan. We'll see if I get that far tonight. So I'm going to charge up my camera a little bit and throw this thing on its side and get started. Alright, got the scratchers all out of the bag. And sled's up on its side. I wish I had a lift or something, but you know what? That's fine. I got some fleece and a tire sitting on there, so it's just fine. When you're out in the back 40 and you need to do something, you just tip her on its side anyway. So you can see the ice buildup down in there. That adds lots of weight, like a glacier. Sorry about that. Darn camera cut out on me again. I'm using one of these made in China batteries that has a little lead on the side that plugs into the connection, charge connection on the camera, and it's kind of flaky, so I'll be charging my other battery up. But in any case, what I was saying was the way these mount up, I might not even have to drill another hole, because you can see there's a hole right there, but they kind of hook on the rail. Yeah, I know I'm going to have to get them up higher somehow. Yeah, we'll see. Sorry, there's a spacer. But they go in, just hook to the rail, bolt to the rail, and then these, when you have them in a down position, they scratch the hard ice, snow, so that it shoots up and it lubricates your high fax so it doesn't get too hot and melt and stick to the track, and it also kicks snow up on the heat exchangers to cool the sled. Now, this sled has heat exchangers that run all down the tunnel. Doesn't look like it, but pretty sure those rails are the heat exchangers as well. So you gotta be careful you don't pop a hole in them. Coolant goes down and around and then back. This sled also has heat exchangers, or you can see the little fins at the front, so no problems cooling. I haven't had this thing running hot at all. Happy with it, but can't hurt to have the scratchers because I've got them. So you can see the hardware And so they put that bushing through the spring, washer, probably a fat washer like that, a lock nut. I guess that's an RTFM. Doesn't really say, crappy instructions, but I'm assuming that's how it would go. It's got a lock nut on the back side, so it shows nut, spring, scratcher, spacer, washer, and bolt. Now, yeah, obviously this goes on the outside or else the spring would slide right off. So I'm going to do a preliminary mount up on that existing hole. So I got to make sure that it clears, like this is kind of a bump stop, so when the suspension comes down and it hits on there, so it's got to be clear of that. So we'll see where they line up once I mount it in that hole. I'm not going to bother videoing it. I'll show you once she's mounted up. Well, I went in and had some supper and changed out of my heavy coveralls because it's warming up enough in here. So I'm back out and I'm going to mount these up. Now here you can see the order it goes in, and I'm pretty much sure that Polaris put this hole here just for these universal scratchers. They actually engineered it in because these are pretty standard. So I'm happy that way. Don't have to drill a hole or anything. Bolt it up, it should clear the torsion spring here and should be all good. So I'll just grab some wrenches and bolt one on and see how she fits. Alright, I'll try not to get in the shot too badly here. You can hear the fan blowing in the background. There's the wood stove going. Managed to raise it up to, it was minus 15 in here. And she got her up to plus 10 with the help of the propane heater. I turned the propane heater off a while ago, so not too bad. Workable. A little cool on the floor still, but it's alright. Considering how cold it is outside. And voila! One scratcher installed. So as I say, you drop those down and they scratch the ice and snow to help prevent the Hyfax from melting and the unit from overheating. So I'm going to throw my gloves on here. So even though it's warm in here, this metal on this is cold. I want to see if it'll clear that. So all you do is, when you need to use them, you just drop them down. See, they're going to rub a little bit on there, but whatever, that's alright. Then when you're done, you just hook them like that. Now they kind of a little concerned that they're not going to stay hooked. Oh, I think they'll stay hooked. Just the way this rail is shaped. But no, I think that'll be all right. The only thing with these style scratchers is you got to remember to not back up when you have them down, because that murders them. So on to the next step. Before I flip it on the other side, I might as well change the ski, and that's easy too. The ski width. You just pan you over. Zoom out a little bit. Maybe move you too. All you gotta do is take that bolt out and move the spacers to the other side of the spindle. So now I'm trying to remember, I think it's a 16, the 16 and a 17, different size on each side. So I will find the right socket and wrench. Now I don't know why some of these sets are silly. They don't have, one side's a 16, one side's a 15. My socket set doesn't have a 16mm socket, so kind of silly. Let's see, so I just need to pull this out. had these off a few times. My failed experiment of making ski mounted scratchers. I had them on and off for that. And then on and off when I changed the ski stands to 41. Don't like it at 41. So, say we're changing it to, I've ridden it at 40 and 40 was good. Now, I'm going to move it over to 39 and see. So you can see, that's probably going to fall out on me, but I'm going to get rid of these gloves. All I got to do is take these two spacers off, move them to that side, and take a look at my skags. They're getting worn already, but it's the price I'm paying for early season riding. Throw the bolt back on. Now these washers you won't be able to necessarily see. Maybe you can. They're slightly convex or concave depending on what side you're looking at. But you want it cupped on the outside, so that helps keep things tight. Same as this washer. So we gotta put it on the right way. And look at that. Crazy. Tighten her back up. Ratcheting, wrench and ratchet makes it go quick. My old 99 500 was a 38-inch stance, I think, so this is still wider. There you go, done. Piece of cake. I'm going to take it out of the way, drop the sled, do the other side, and then I'll come back and start on the fuel rack.